Hello everyone, I am Coach JR of De La Salle Santiago Sobel School, and I'm here with you today to share to you about the background of this new and exciting and fun sports which we call floorball. So come with me as we explore the world of this sport, floorball. By the way, what will be the content of our discussion today? What floorball is, why floorball, values of floorball, historical background of floorball, equipment and playing area, rules, governing bodies, and fundamental skills that we need. So let's talk first, what is floorball? I hope that you have something there in your mind. But to give you further knowledge with this kind of sport, this sport is an invasive sport specifically played with 5 field players and a goalkeeper. It has similarities with both field hockey and ice hockey, but also some similarities with other team ball sports. It is played with a plastic stick ball, which is this, and floorball is a sport of today and is becoming the universal sport of tomorrow. During the 25 years of floorball, the development and growth of the sport has been amazing since the first Floorball Federation was founded in 1981 in Sweden. The sport has spread all over the world and it is now played in over 60 countries. Why floorball? Because of 3 main things. First, easy to start, easy to modify, and easy to play. Easy to start, why? As long as you have the right equipment, you can start to play floorball. You can start by playing outdoors or indoors, depending on how many people can join you in playing this kind of sport. Another, you can modify the sport. As long as this is very easy to play according to the space, it's based on the space you have, facilities, and number of people and equipment available with you. You can also modify to suit disabled people and people in all age and categories. So basically, floorball has no gender discrimination. As long you're a boy or you're a girl, you want to play together, it's okay. You're disabled, still you can play. There are things which you can modify in order to play this sport. Next is, it's very easy to play. As long as you know how to handle or to hold the stick, and if you can just touch the ball or hit the ball going to the goal, then it's okay. So, 3 main things for floorball: easy to start, easy to modify, and very easy to play. Next, what values can we gain in this kind of sport? First, equality. Like what I said a while ago, floorball promotes gender equality, right? In a way that girl and boy can play at the same time in court. Another, fair play. Of course, in every sports, we promote fair play by following rules, abiding the laws, abiding the regulations of the sports. And of course, it promotes solidarity and teamwork, wherein it strengthens the bond, the group, the camaraderie to promote unity and excellence. Now, let's go about the history of floorball. Some roots of floorball are already from 1958. The idea of plastic sticks with both shaft and blade was born in a plastic industry in Lakeville, Minneapolis, USA. They introduced sticks and other plastic materials under the name Cossom. Custom floor hockey has grown afterwards in both USA and Canada. So basically, it started in US. But as the time goes by, 15 years later, floorball has developed to its present form. So the floorball we have now is based from a game which was first played in Gothenburg, Sweden in early 1970s. The sport has been influenced quite a lot by street hockey, the street version of ice hockey. So like what I said, the type of floorball we have right now has a lot of similarities with the one invented in Gothenburg, Sweden. How about here in the Philippines? How did it started here? So, floorball was started by pastors in Sweden. Homeschool group creative kids together with athletes in action started floorball, or the indoor hockey, in the Philippines during the year 2008. It was introduced by a Scandinavian missionary, and IFF, which is International Floorball Federation, provided the material. So this is a group of missionaries from Sweden who visit the Philippines the year 2008, wherein to spread the word of God, they used floorball, the values of the game. Then IFF provided the materials in order for this to be possible. Now, as the time goes by, the floorball progresses here in the Philippines. The first association established here in the Philippines is Floorball Philippines. Then later on, or last year, 2015, was replaced by Philippine Floorball Association. Under this association, we have the highest tournament, or this governing body facilitates the highest tournament here in the Philippines, which is the Philippine Floorball League. The Philippine Floorball League is a season tournament from the month of September, starting from month of September and ending at the month of April. So right now, there are a lot of active clubs here in the Philippines, and we have University of Makati Floorball Club, University of Asia and the Pacific Floorball Club, University of the Philippines Floorball Club, De La Salle Santiago Zobel School Floorball Club, Amoranto Floorball Club, La Salle University Manila Floorball Club, and the newest club is the United South Floorball Club. So I have here the history. I would like also to share to you guys the history of Zobel Floorball Club, wherein we started playing this sport 2013, and that's the year also wherein we were given the opportunity to join one of the tournaments handled by Floorball Philippines. So we played there. That's the Manila Floorball Invitational Cup in University of the Philippines. And luckily, the experience was so amazing. The experience good. And that's the start of floorball in Zobel. And also, we have also preseason games. We hosted a preseason game against University of the Philippines last year. Let's go now to the equipment and materials. Alright, for one of the equipment in floorball is what we call the goal. So this is the material or the equipment we need where to shoot the ball. So the goal size is 115 centimeter height and 160 centimeter width. It is made from a pipe-shaped material which is 65 millimeter and painted red. The goal cage is furnished with a net. The rink shall be 40 meter by 20 meter with rounded corners. So we're going to talk about the rink later. But for the goal, as we see, if you don't have the one stated here, you can modify like PVC pipes, the blue one plus the blue PVC pipe. That's possible as long as you follow the right dimension of the goal. Next is the stick. The stiffness and the length of the shaft and the material and the shape of the blade are important factors when choosing a stick. Remember that. The length of the stick should reach to somewhere between your chest and your belly button. You should not use a stick that is too long or too short because it has a clear impact to the safety of the game and the learning of the skills. So it should be, remember, the stick should be between your chest, the length, and the belly button. So I have here the sample of the stick. Wherein, you see the parts of the stick. We have the blade, we have the shaft, and of course, the grip. Alright? So there are implications. Again, like what stated a while ago, there are implications if the stick is too short and or the stick is too long. It might affect the learning of the skills and most of all, the safety of the player. So remember, the blade, the shaft, and this is the grip part. Alright. So what are the other equipments and materials that we need? Of course, the ball. Alright. You see, the ball is a hollow and made of plastic and is found in a wide variety of colors. So white, blue, red, or whatsoever. We have green here. It has a diameter of 72 millimeter and weight between 20 to 23 grams. There are 26 holes, this one, 26 holes each, of which measuring 11 millimeter. So you see, this is a plastic ball. That's why when you hit this ball, it moves so fast. Alright? So, next. How about the rink? Of course, the rink is the venue of the game, wherein the length of the rink is 40 meter length and 20 meters width. Comparing to basketball court, which is 30 meters and 30 by 15 meters, we can see that this rink is much more longer than a basketball court. So it's more bigger also, right? Next, how about the rules of the game? So now I would like to share to you 17 basic rules of floorball, which I hope that when we play the sport, we can somehow practice this for us to make the game in order. First, the game is played with 3 to 5 players and a goalie depending on the court size. If we are going to use the standard court, which is 40 by 20 meters, of course, we need to follow the 5 players and 1 goalkeeper per team. But if we have short playing area, or not a short playing area, what we can do is to modify the number of players that can join. Alright? Number 2, teams consist of a minimum of 6 and a minimum of 20 players. Because we say that floorball is a fast-paced sport. The best thing is that for us to have, I think, more than 12 and a maximum of 20. But of course, if you have 6 players, you can already participate in the game. Next, game is played with effective time of 3 periods and 20 minutes. But in some cases, we can also modify this. But of course, in floorball, because this is a 3 periods and 20 minutes, remember that in each period, there's no timeout like basketball or any other sport. There's no timeout. It's running time. So also, in substitution, we call this is an open substitution. One player must go out so the others can go in. Okay? That's it. A 50 centimeter high rink surrounds the field. So this is what I'm talking about. The rink. Wherein this is the surrounds of the playing area wherein it's enclosed so that the players are just there inside, and whenever the ball went outside this ring, there are also some penalties or what we call, let's say, sanctions, or let's say, free hit must be given. Alright? Next, rules. The goal size is 115 centimeter by 160 centimeter, and in front of it is a crease. So where only the goalie can be, although the ball may be played from there by a field player with a stick. Alright, so remember, the goalkeeper don't have a stick. The goalkeeper just use hands to get the ball, pass the ball, throw the ball. Alright, the goalkeeper area is 4 meter by 5 meter, and this is the area in which the goalie may play normally. The goalkeeper has no stick, like what I told you a while ago. The goalie must not hold the ball for more than 3 seconds. So once, for example, I'm the goalkeeper, got this ball, then I only have 3 seconds to hold this ball, but make sure upon throwing this ball, the ball will touch first in your own court before it touches the center line. Alright? Because if that will be committed by the goalkeeper, turnover, or we will say the ball will be given to the opponent. Alright? Next, if the ball goes out of the rink, the the other team can continue play 1 meter away from the spot where the ball went out. If the ball goes out from the end, the other team continues from the corner spot. So basically, if the ball went out, what you need to do is that put the ball 1 meter away from the rink. Then you can stop. It's like inbound. So you need to pass the ball to your teammate, so on and so forth. Okay. Next, when given a free hit, the opponent must be at least 3 meters away from the ball. For example, I'm awarded a free hit by the umpire. So my opponent should go away from me 3 meters. So that's the allotted distance from the one performing the free hit and the defenders. The ball may be kicked, but not more than once, and not to a teammate. So in short, you cannot kick the ball and pass it to your teammate. And also, try to remember there are also rules wherein you cannot return the ball to the goalkeeper or pass the ball to the goalkeeper. Alright? It should be a clear attempt of shot before the goalkeeper gets that ball. The ball must not be played with the hands or a head. So basically, because this is floorball, you just need the stick to take contact or get contact with the ball. Your hands are not allowed to use, also your head. The ball may be played from the air if it's below the knee level. So for example, the ball went up there, you need to wait for the ball to go down or go beyond, go lower than your knee before you touch it. So if you touch it, the ball will be given to your opponent. Next, no form of pushing or physically tackling the body is allowed, but you may play shoulder to shoulder. So that's it. It's very clear there. Players may not play without a stick. Remember that. The player cannot play without a stick. You are not allowed to jump and play the ball at the same time. So it's like, if you see the ball in the air, you jump, then take contact with the ball. That's a violation. The ball will be given to your opponent. Next, number 16. The ball may not be played if a hand or both knees are on the ground. So basically, you just need to stand. No? But if both of your knees are touching the floor, you cannot play the ball. Okay? You cannot touch the ball because that's a violation. And the ball, again, will be given to your opponent. Free shot or 2 minutes penalty. So try to remember this. For free shot or 2 minutes penalty is given when high sticking. So it means you put the stick up or you take contact with the ball while the ball's in the air. You do contact with the ball when it's in the air. So that's gonna be high sticking. Hitting the opponent's stick. So for example, you are getting the ball to your opponent. What you're doing is that you're hitting the stick of your opponent. So basically, that's not allowed if you hit the ball of your opponent. And another, playing the ball with hand or head. So like what I told you, playing the ball with your hands or your head is not allowed. Tackling, pushing, obstructing, throwing the stick away. If you throw the stick intentionally, that's gonna be 2 minutes. Wrong distance in the free shot. So what's gonna happen? So you will go to the side of the official's table and you will stay there for 2 minutes. Then your team will play with only 4 members and 1 goalkeeper. Another, a penalty shot is given if the foul is committed when the other player is trying to score from close to the goal. So there will be a rectangle line there. Rectangle there in the goal, wherein if you take a shot there inside the goalkeeper, then that's gonna be a penalty, and that's gonna be 2 minutes penalty. Same with the one I stated a while ago. Sorry. So now, I would like to share to you the governing bodies of floorball. So why do we have them? They are the one who is initiating to develop and further the development of this sport. So what are the name of these governing bodies? The highest governing body is what we call the International Floorball Federation. So IFF is the one controls or the one developed the sport all around the world. We're in, of course, like here, we were given materials, equipments, learning modules for this. Another is AOFC, which is Asia Oceania Floorball Confederation. This is in the Oceania part, Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, so on and so forth. And here in the Philippines, like what I told you a while ago, we have Philippine Floorball Association. So Philippine Floorball Association is the one who was given by IFF the authority to propagate, develop the sport here in the Philippines. And privilege, the DLSE Floorball Club is a member of Philippine Floorball Association. What are the basic skills? What are the basic skills? Of course, there are 3 main basic skills in order for you to play the sport in a much productive or say much fun way. First is dribbling. Okay? So I don't know if you will see the video, but of course dribbling the ball is one of the skill wherein this is how you manage to control the ball, right, like that. Next is what we call passing and receiving. Of course, we need to share the ball to our teammates. An effective skill of passing and receiving helps a lot in order for you to get a score. And of course, this is a fast-paced sport. Therefore, passing is really required. And if you pass well, then you can reserve your energy, your endurance, so that you can play longer in a game. And lastly, we have shots. We have basically 3 types of shots. First is wrist shot. We have the drag shot, and we have the slap shot. These skills of shooting are the things that we must first learn in order to score, of course, which is the goal of floorball. You want to win, you need to score. I think the best thing for you to acquire these skills is that I'm going to post another video regarding these 3 important skills in floorball, which is dribbling, passing and receiving, and shooting skills. So, basically that's it. If you have any questions, if you want to ask more about the background, the fundamental skills in floorball, feel free. You can email me at jr.beterbo@dlezobel.edu.ph. So that's it. Have a nice day, everyone, and I hope we play floorball someday. Bye. Okay na? Oo. Okay na. Wala namang mali, pero okay na.